What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz on this very special TGIF video. Last trade on BENF, $11.79. So the obvious question of this day, just after noon outside of Atlanta, Georgia, is if we were buying the stock at $2.15 yesterday, how in the world did it just jump over 624%? All that and more coming right out. Last trade, 1171. Again, it looks like 1207 if my eyes are not receiving me. I think the high was close to 13 on the day, 1278, somewhere around that line. Look, half of you, I'm thrilled. You know who you are. You're in the fucking Discord all the time. You're constantly providing feedback, engagement. God bless each and every one of you. For without you, there is no motherfucking me. But the other half of you, to be honest with you, I'd like to fire you right fucking now. We've had 4 people quit today. One guy said, and I quote, "I don't need you blowing up my phone when the stock is up." Really? When a fucking stock is up 7-fold, you don't need to hear from me? Excuse me, sorry, 6-fold? Kiss my motherfucking ass. Your witness, and I'm telling you right now, whether the bags are being handed out at 12 and change or slightly higher if it recatches its breath, there's a fucking gap down at 6.25 to a half. It's probably going to get filled, if not today, tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday. It's going to be an absolute slaughter for at least half of the dumb retail idiots that are buying the fucking stock north of $10 a share right now. Let us not forget that just a couple of days ago, they wanted the CEO in handcuffs. Apparently, he hasn't paid out a bunch of bonuses to senior execs. One of their EVPs and either their CLO or CRO just quit 2 days ago. And if you're honest with me and yourself, when it was 186 at an all-time low last night and this morning, we were fucked. And I put that red circle on at 5 and change, 4 and change, 3 and change, 2 and change. It went back to, red. I put it on a yellow. I said, let's buy some stock at 215 yesterday or the day before. We did. I put it back to red when it flushed to a new low. Why? Poor price action. But I did say, and I did move it back to yellow this morning when it started pumping in the mid to high 2s. Did any one of us, including myself, think it was going to go to $13 a share? Not a fucking single one of you, and yet it did. And I've been trading this market for 30 years, half of it as a broker from 93 to 07. I can tell you on one hand, the amount of times I've seen the stock, what is that? Last trade, 1070. So it may have topped out at 13 or close to it. It may get a second win, but if I'm going to go on record, you're probably going to fill that gap close to 6.25 to a half. Today, close somewhere around 7.5 3/4. That's what I'm going to say. In other words, right in and around where most of you got out. But we had a situation last night and this morning where it was bad news. It was horrific. We had a guy come on our wall, and if I'm all over the place, maybe you'll understand why. Yesterday, and he said, "What's going on with BENF?" And by the way, you're welcome, freeloaders. I gave you this fucking stock before the split. You would have had to suffer through, as we did, a 57% drawdown, or maybe add small or average down like we did, and then you could have doubled or even tripled your money at the high. But are any one of you going to step forward and join us at shopsmallbiz.com? Get a Discord if you don't have a small biz premium. If you do, I motherfucking doubt it. I've seen a lot of 200-300% moves. But I think at GameStop and Holo, right? Remember Holo went from 2 and change to 80? I was screaming at people at 60, 70, 80. Get out of it. It went all the way back to 2. This is not going to $80 a share. It's not even going to $20 a share. It belongs at no more than $4 or $5, which is where it was before the reverse split, if that. But what I thought was going to happen a week ago happened today. We had a post-reverse split pump after they got NASDAQ compliance a few hours ago. And in comes some hedge funds and some Reddit clans that know that when you shrink the float, the dumb retail is going to come pouring in. And who knows, maybe that clown that was in fucking jail for 2 years, just like he did with BSFC. And I said, get out of that at 9.5 before it went to a nickel. Maybe that's him that's pumping this motherfucking piece of shit. But I want you to place yourself in my shoes, if you would, for just a moment. The guy who's got a 99.3% win rate because we just sold another half a position in a stock at 10 cents and it went back down to 9.25 or wherever it is right now. Yeah, 9.31. Well, I didn't get out fast enough. That drop happened. That's exactly what I have to do. The odds of a situation like this up sixfold, 5 million to 1. Let it be a lesson, though, that if we ever have another reverse split in any of the stocks we own, we may have to suffer a 20, 30, 40, or a 50% drawdown like we did with BENF, and then it may fucking go up 6 or 7-fold. But put yourself in my shoes. I told people to sell the stock at break even or a tiny loss at $4 a share. Oh, it tripled after you said get out. Yeah, it did. Welcome to the 1 out of 300 trades. At least. But what am I supposed to think of the people that said, I just sold it 10, I just sold it 12.5, Jason? We got some. We also have some that are so fucking scared to death that they're deleting their posts right now. A friend of mine just text me and said, you can't believe the amount of people that are deleting their shit because they know that you're going to come after them. But what am I supposed to think when I give out an order to sell something at 4 and you're fucking running your mouth 2 hours later at 12? Well, it's my money. It is. And you're welcome to take it elsewhere. Because the same people that are constantly complaining about, why is this down? This got out, dropped so fast. I was in a meeting. I didn't get the notification. Are the same ones that are claiming they got out of the stock for a double or a triple. I don't give a shit that I broke even. I know from managing risk professionally for most of my fucking life that when I'm down 57% and I have a chance to get out at even, I take it all day long. And as I've said before, and I'll say it again, if I'd have said to you, every single one of you in that fucking Discord that were hiding under this desk 2 days ago, even this morning, if I'd have said to you, you know what? I'm a rich guy. I'm a well-to-do guy. I feel like being generous. You know that stock at 186 that you're down more than 50% on? Yeah, the one that people are quitting this week. Yeah, I know. I'll get you out at break even right now, but you got 3 seconds to give me an answer. 3, 2, sold. Every single one, if you were honest, and you had a chance to go from -7, 57 to break even, you would have taken it. Instead, oh, thanks, Jason, I got out at 9, 10, 12, $14 a share. Way to go, Lloyd Braun. In closing, what do we do with people that blatantly ignore my advice? And they don't have a legitimate excuse. Have you noticed that there's at least 10 or 15 people in there right now that showed up today just to tell me, most importantly me, that they sold the stock at 12? Where you been for the last 40 winners? Missing in action. Look at some of the names. You haven't seen them in months. Where the fuck were they? They're nowhere other than I got to log in and just get under his fucking skin. That's the kind of people we have with about 20 or 30 of these people. I don't want your fucking money. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this again. If we go under 300 strong inside the Discord, it's going up to $100 a share or I'm shutting the motherfucker down because we are not going to generate $1 million a month and growing like we are in capital gains. 3,300 for the average investor. That's a 40 to 1 motherfucking ROI and run this business at a loss. You guys have a choice with the types of stocks that we trade up 20, 30, 50, or I don't know, every once in a while, 800%, whether or not we go up to 100 or we shut the motherfucker down. Where are the referrals? Now, Riley's got to be sitting there, right? He's the son of Dilif. I don't know the exact username. He's got to be thinking, what am I in? What the hell is this? This guy's crazy. Right? Fucking crazy. Shit's pumping. Money flying in and out the door all over the place. People quitting. People whining. People ignoring my fucking advice. What am I supposed to do? Somebody tell me. When someone ignores my advice and waits 3 hours later, some of which I've never seen in the last 3 or 4, what am I supposed to do with that? Fire him? Ask him how the fuck you sat in there? And even worse, I've seen other people say, I bought the stock at 8. What? Yeah, I was playing around buying the halts and stuff, really. Jason, are you having fun? No. Can you tell? Not at all. I've arguably reached the pinnacle of my career. I never dreamed of a 99.3% win rate, and it's real. I wanted that loss today, even though it was a 3% loss, just so I could say I finally took a loss for the first time since getting out of Mullen at 18. But now we have in the back of everyone's mind, why should I sell? You remember what happened to BENF? It went up 3 or 4-fold after Jason said to get out. I think I'm going to hang on. Even better, I'm going to log into the server after he says to sell and tell him I got out when it doubled. So until next time, always remember that I love you, and you can bet it's going to be a white jean.